Hello everybody, it is me. You are probably wondering why this video is here. To make a long story short, my friend Cody sent me this link to this video for Overwatch 2. And it's for Bastion and the new Overwatch game. I don't play Overwatch that much. I mean, I probably play it a little bit more than what most people do, but I don't know if I really play it that much. But one of the characters that I like, and dare I say is one of, if not my actual favorite character, is Bastion. Because he's just a walking minigun turret who can heal himself. And I know he's not all that good, but I don't care. I love him. So I decided that I was going to record my reaction to this. This is my first time seeing this. I have not watched this before, except for maybe the first couple of seconds. But without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? Seeing nothing but... okay. And this is the only part I've actually seen. It's his hat.
Bastion is getting a big rework for Overwatch 2.
A big one.
And the team is really excited about
He still got
changes.
his minigun on the back.
We updated and modernized his
Watch if that's his ultimate or whatever.
Modern materials. We also gave him a hat to help him stand out and to add an extra touch of character.
I'm not a robot, ignore me.
Well, for starters, he no longer has his self-repair button at all. It's just gone.
What?
Instead, he now has a brand new ability that's bound to alternate fire. This ability fires a projectile that can bounce off
a
walls,
grenade
stick to
launcher?
players, and it does a ton of damage, has a really big radius, so it's super fun to fire.
Really?
His recon form weapon has changed significantly.
So he's got a noob tube
Has
now.
no spread at all, but has reduced fire rate to compensate. This lets
Okay,
him
that's
poke at much
fine.
longer ranges and play a little more like a pseudo sniper, kind of like his recon form theme is always
Okay.
been meant to be.
I noticed that
For
his
his
magazine...
ultimate,
Okay, but for going back a little bit, I noticed that they reduced his magazine size. Because currently, assuming they don't change it until the second game comes out, he has 35 right now. So that'll be interesting.
For his ultimate, we completely changed it up. He no longer has this tank mode, he instead goes into a new artillery mode.
Artillery mode.
You then get to choose 3
So
points
no
to
minigun
call down
minigame
an
anymore.
artillery strike anywhere on the map within the ability's timer.
Now finally,
Of course, I can imagine that if that does happen, and you get killed during that, none of the shots actually get fired. So that's a pretty big thing for him to kind of lose that in, what a Sentry's be like. He has to kind of be protected in order to actually fire off his ultimate. Which I guess really isn't that much different from his normal turret mode in the current game. But still, I would have preferred it if it was just his ultimate was his minigun form and not this new artillery mode.
something we think you'll all be excited about. While in Sentry form, Bastion can now move, albeit at a reduced movement speed.
Okay.
We've also
He
changed
can
the
actually
ability to have a
move.
cooldown now.
Oh, wait. Oh, so, okay, never mind. So, he can change into his Sentry mode. Okay. I actually thought that was removed. Okay, so if the cannon is replaced with an artillery cannon instead, okay, that's actually might be better. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that to be sure if that is just this is his ultimate or if the artillery thing is ultimate. I might have missed that and just blanked somehow. But anyway.
This lets us keep it super strong since you can't use it all the time.
Alright, so real quick, let me go back and... Okay, so to recap on everything. He is sort of a pseudo-sniper now. I'm fine with that being his new gun, his new recon gun, because that was kind of how he was intended for in the first place. At least what I always thought. I think recon mode with the faster machine gun didn't really work out that well, so I think making him a little more keen on just firing, making those shots count more is a better idea. His normal tank mode, ultimate, is gone for the artillery mode. That's fine. I think that can work out in its own way. I actually understand now why they want to remove all the stun, like McCree's and May's stun abilities, because this would be really, really broken otherwise. This would make Bastion super powerful, but the fact that you can kind of see, I'm assuming be able to see the circle in red instead of blue when they fire, and kind of see like, oh, I'm gonna try to get away from that area, you know, sort of helps a little bit. It kind of also helps with crowd controlling a little bit in that regard. So I don't mind the ultimate. The ability to move around in the tank mode or just in the turret mode and have that be a limited thing instead of being a permanent, he can just be in the turret mode all the time. You know what? I don't hate that. I kind of grown to the point where Bastion, even in the current model that he is a support character that needs to be protected by the team. And this new version of him sort of personifies that to an even greater extent. It sucks that it's going to be temporary, but I understand why it's temporary because he's able to move around more. I think that's probably the one thing I probably would have kept normal about him, is just let him be stationary, but let him stay in the mode. But, I mean, it's fine. You know, if, you know, you get the movement speed, and you also have to think about the fact that he is no longer be in that mode as often, so he's not going to be targeted as much either. So it's the thing to you give and take. I'll say I don't hate it. I don't hate this, and I mean, I guess if it does help him out in the end, then I'm fine with it. And we'll have to wait and see how he works out practically in the second game with everyone else's reworks that's happening, because I know a bunch of other characters are being reworked as well. This is probably the only video I'm going to do about this, because I really like Bastion. He's like my favorite character to play as in Overwatch 2. And I know people are going to probably give me crap about that in the comments, but still, it is how it is. So